The VXR is really starting to take shape now. She's finally been mapped with a bigger turbo, the meth, the forged engine and everything else. So it's about time we tackled the mod that I and you guys always mock Kenny for not having.
Coilovers. So people always rinse me because I haven't run coilovers on this car yet. So guess what we've done? Yes, we have! And even this guy by us like, yay, let's do it finally.
And I'm going to give people 3 guesses of where you bought them from. Well, actually, my guess would be from the Titanic, judging by the condition.
I know, it's like, it should be on your car, really. Let's be honest, it blend in really well.
I've always said this is an ongoing joke that I'm, the tight ass. I never spend money, but I've never run second-hand coilovers, and this is your second or third set, so...
Yeah, I need wheels, I need another intercooler.
Now you're sounding like me.
Yeah, so I've bought these actually months and months and months ago before we ripped the head off this.
Yeah, these were brand new.
Yeah, that's it. They've just been in next to your car.
Rust jumps. Yeah, we know it's contagious.
But no, anyway, I bought these off Stu, obviously Bristol Motorworks. Yep, thanks again.
In case you haven't guessed.
I had a really good deal, I think, on these. These good things with these Gaz Gold they can be rebuilt.
Yes,
and I will definitely get these done at some point. But for this year, I'm probably not going to do too many track sessions. I just want it for just to sharpen it up a bit.
Just to stop people saying, why aren't you running coilovers?
Yeah. But we can't even lower it. We got to keep it at stock height.
Damn it! I was going to say a lot of people slate him because you need to be lower. And like I said, for people that have visited this place, they completely understand why you can't go lower.
Yeah.
But for people that haven't,
you won't understand. You never will. So just appreciate that. I have got coilovers, but I can't slam the car. I don't want to slam it anyway. I need to use it. It does just scrape the side skirt extension coming in and out the garage now.
Yeah.
And that's why I've done a removable front bumper. But we can get away with it at the moment. This bumper does go in and out, but either way. So anyway, Gaz Gold Pro. I've also got the Whiteline drop links because the drop links on this car are plastic.
Yeah, which is nuts. Which is a factory. Yeah, they come factory plastic.
So these do make a difference apparently.
And when you're lowering the car, apparently the drop links do help because you're changing the geometry.
Well,
of the car
we are going to be doing the front anti-roll bar as well at some point. We've got a 24mm Officer Fira with polybushes.
Yeah.
So
that's a big job.
Yeah, that'll be going hopefully down to the car bunker.
Yeah.
We've got to drop the subframe slightly.
Yeah. So it'd be nice to have a ramp.
Definitely going to need a ramp. I ain't doing it on the floor. We've just been trying to put the exhaust back on. I hate working on the floor. So yeah.
As much, you got the internet's probably got about 6.5 million videos of people doing coilovers, so it's not going to be an instructional.
You say that. Sorry, these rears, all right, you've got to remove the rear spring coil of this, spring and shock. I haven't found a video with that.
So the difference is, with a lot of cars, like the VXR, you've got the shock and the spring are separate, and on the rear now with this kit, this is what they call a true coilover because the coil is over the shock.
Yeah.
So, and the top mounts, do you want to grab one just to show the top mounts are different as well?
They're like floaty ones on this. I don't even know the term for it.
I think that's what anyone who's worked on a Vauxhall, it's weird. When you're up in the air, they've even got slight play, which is normal. So that's what
like that literally holds it in place, doesn't it? It's like a plastic clip.
Yeah,
so these ones have come with the solid ones, pillow mount, pillow ball things. Yeah, well, we've got to take it off anyway. But so we're going to do those as well. So I think that helps with stability and suspension.
Yeah.
So we're going to do these. But I just want to point out as well, because this is running really big power now. So it's like really big. I think that's going to go, no, it's not. For me, it's big power.
10,000 horsepower.
So it's running good power now. So if BC Racing are watching this, we could do some BC coilovers.
I know, like Auto Alex and things like that. It's just like, I've just bought another car. Yeah, the BCs are on the way. We've paid for all ours. So please help us out.
I bought loads of BC coilovers.
We all have, and you absolutely love them.
So we're going to, even at Gaz, anyone wants to send us some nice stuff, as long as it's not Max Peating rods. No offence to them, guys, because they've messed us about.
Oh, I was to say, they can take offence if they want, because they've messed us around. This cost
big time. So anyway, but if a nice, decent coilover company wants to send us some nice coilovers for the VXR, you can, man.
And all you got to do is look at the car and just think, that's a market. We can't. We can. Just help a brother out with it.
Please, I'm broke now. So let's wheels are off. Let's have a look what we got to do.
Now, with all cars, there are many different suspension setups. I quite touch wood. That's not wood. I like this setup because it is very simple. And what I have just noticed is the Gaz ones. The top hole is elongated, so you'll have very minimal, but you will have adjustable camber.
Yeah, I think we're running like -2 at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So we could probably go -3.
Well, I just thought it's going to have to go back down to Nathan.
Nathan Locke at the Lock Workshop.
He's going to be seeing this car again.
Yeah, he did say that. He'll obviously doesn't have to mess with the back, I don't think, because I don't think there's much adjustment in the back, so it'll just be front. But
either way, they are. Oh my god, they look even worse than mine. That looks.
That crap.
Tell me that's not an afterthought. That looks dreadful.
It does, doesn't it? So we'll start on this side then, is it?
Fortunately, Gaz are a well-known and liked brand of coilovers. We started by cleaning up these 300-year-old coilovers as best we could. The beauty with the front setup is there's only 2 bolts holding the shock on at the bottom and 1 at the top, then just the brake hoses and ABS wire. The worst part of any suspension job is the damn drop links. These always seize up and cause a headache. Lower bolts undone, we moved on to the top mount. Vauxhall use these weird plastic brackets that thankfully will be replaced with metal, and just like that, the shock assembly is removed. This I find really weird. I've dealt with Vauxhall before, but we've never seen this before. So this is what I was on about. We've taken the collar off, and this sort of goes through the body, and the collar sits on top. It's just really... I come from far superior design cars. Japanese, they keep things simple. This is just...
Yeah, but everything else around it just falls apart.
Hey.
So at least the top mounts will be still here.
The materials they use are bad, but the brain work is there.
Yes.
Visual representation of what I was on about. Way, way stronger than the factory one, I'm guessing, because there's proper metal on there, not just plastic things. All installed, and you will notice there, that is the original plasticky drop link. Once again, we've been foiled by 1 nut, and the thread on it is quite weird. It's pretty fine, so that's a job for Kenny to try and source that, then the drop link can go on. But everything's on, as you would expect from something like Gaz, even old ones like that. The fitment seems to be pretty spot on. So the more interesting part now is going to be the rear, because of the whole coilover thing.
We've just had a thought as well.
Usually we do lots of measurements, well, Kenny does especially, ride height and stuff like that. We have no idea what the ride height's going to be, because at the moment, once again, we're on a bit of a time constraint today, so we just want to get them on, don't we?
Yeah,
but
that's it, yeah.
hopefully you've greased them, cleaned them up enough for you, so hopefully we can...
Moment of truth.
Let's see what it does.
Oh, that looks lovely. Might be a bit low for you, but...
I don't know, actually, because that jack was about where it was.
That looks wicked.
Yeah, well, tell how wicked it is if we can get it up bloody garage.
Yeah.
Because that is pretty much at this higher setting, isn't it? I think it was a bit more there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty conservative.
Yeah.
Christ, that means you could slam it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Go on, do it.
I can't.
Come on, internet. Bully him into it.
I can't. All right, I'll do it if someone can come sort my thing out for me for free, my garage entrance.
Or have a replacement bumper for you. Every time you leave the garage.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way you were kicking it as well.
Get out!
Just taking him for a walk.
Yeah. The neighbours love it. I do it like quite late at night as well, because it's when it's best time to take it.
Yeah, it's when you got to take your jack over.
Yeah, well after 11, something like that.
Should we get like adrenaline junkies, people
like jump off buildings, parkour building to building. No, what Kenny does is like to jack a car up right on.
Yeah, boy. Welcome to Jackass.
For those who've never worked on a car like this, what I was trying to say earlier, your spring sits there independently from the shock, and the difference is now the whole thing is going to be there. Now, call me crazy, why isn't it in my head that on some other cars, I'm sure there's like modifications needed.
Oh, is it?
Like E36 is in my head, I might be wrong, someone will correct me. But yeah, this is apparently a bolt on a Fairland, is it?
We'll find out.
We're going to find out. And what we have just thought, what we've done, you'll see a lovely white anti-line roll bar. Crikey, Whiteline anti-roll bar there. So we are going to have to, I think, undo some bits there.
It's just that one bracket in there.
Yeah, but if you're not running one of these, it's incredibly easy. These are probably one of the easiest cars to change rear springs on. That's one thing Vauxhall did do.
You just jinxed us.
Yeah.
You a-hole.
Should have bought a Milwaukee.
See? I knew it'd sort it out.
That 54-pound gun was great.
Yeah, don't hide the power back. Yeah, see? Told you. Meant. So yeah, we got to do this one here, and then we can jack the other side on then.
Yeah, so that's the, as you saw, that's the shock out, 2 bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for the
Whiteline anti-roll bar.
that one, the spring would have been out as well, but yeah. Nice. Whoa!
My hill, once again. Drew, you can't lower Drew, because he'll catch himself as well.
Spends all his money on his cars and he's just crap.
And I bought a nice van. One van.
What van? How many?
Just the one, Bray. Right, I'm going to put the other one. Oh no, I'll just put it this way. Just for the adjustment thing in there. Yeah.
So the front went way too smooth, as we thought. So we've now run into an issue. I swear, if this thing hits through one more time.
I know.
You
threatened him, eh?
Okay, you called my bluff.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Pretty simple on the rear, he says. If you look just up there, this camera, there we go, yeah. You can see there is a massive gap. Basically, the top where the bush is housed is just a completely different size to the factory mount.
Yeah.
Kenny's posted now, so well, I mean, by the time you guys see this video, it'll be sorted. So Kenny's posted on a couple of forums and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whether we're missing something or whether it should have come with spacers now, we don't know. If not, I don't doubt you're going to come up with some ingenuity to solve it, but hopefully it's a simple solution.
Yeah, I hope so, because obviously that's not usable.
Oh no,
at all. And we tried it the other way. It's closer, but I just don't think it's the adjuster's going to be at the top.
Yeah, I
can't see it.
And that means, I mean, for you guys, it's all going to be one video, but for us, this means it's going to drag out.
Put it back together, and yes, you can shoot off and enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Yay. So it's been a couple of weeks since we tried fitting the rear coilovers. I got in touch with Byron at Gaz Coilovers, and massive thanks to him for getting back to me and sorting us out, basically. So what it was, yes, we do need spacers for the top and the bottom of the shocks. Now, we have actually got some already fitted to the bottom. They're already in there, but as you can see with the tops, they are missing. Now, Byron said, yes, they are supposed to be in there. So he sent me out tops and bottoms, but DHL being DHL, ripped the bag open and all the bottom ones were missing. But luckily we do only need the top ones, so once again massive thanks to Byron from Gaz. As you see, the tops literally just go in there and there, and that's what takes up the play at the top of where the shock goes in. So today I'm going to jack it up. Drew is unfortunately not here today, but I'm just going to get this done because we need the backs on, and then that's the full suspension done. Then we're going to take it down to Lock at Lock Workshop, get everything dialed in. Now I know these coilovers are crusty, and I know people are going to slate me for it. They're all working as they should. The seals are okay at the moment. Now the plan is get these on for this year and this year only. At the end of this year, I have spoken to Byron at Gaz Coilovers. I'm going to send them off to him after this season. I say season, this show season. And then we'll get them all fully reconditioned, fully repaired, new bushes, new oil, gas, whatever they use in them. And yeah, we'll just get them reconditioned. But for this year, I just want the car to sit right a little bit more firm, and yeah, look a bit better. So let's get to it. That's the rear shocks on. Once again, I didn't show you a lot of it on this time because we showed how to get them all off last time. I literally put them on, adjusted them, and the car's back down. I'm going to show you where it's sat now. I can't go any lower than that because I still think the side skirts are going to catch my garage floor. They are broken. I think it's only catching on the inside anyways. Fingers crossed. Just want to say as well, a massive thanks to Einhell UK and Kyle for sorting me out with a couple of bits to help us with the VXR to get it all finished on the road. So first things first, yeah. There is the rear shock setup. As we said on there last time, we removed the rear springs because you don't need those anymore because it's an actual coilover, full coilover. Those little shims for the top, the spacers, fitted straight in, and there was no more movement in that front, in the top of the shock. So absolutely massive thanks as well to Byron from Gaz Coilovers UK for sending those out for absolutely free of charge just to help me out. But yeah, next thing, I was going to say, we'll take it out and have a look at it. And you can see down there, there's no in and out at the moment in my street through the day because they are retard marking the whole street. So once I get this out on the road, I'm going to take it down to Lock Workshop. We'll take it down there. I'm going to show you how they set it up there because they obviously got to redo the camber because we've messed with the bolts. So yeah, next time you'll see me down there.